all of these many narratives glorifying the ambitions of this great country.
The original intended purpose of this room was it was going to be used as the tomb of Washington.
The concepts of liberty and justice for all, human rights and dignity, these are lofty concepts that we all embrace as human beings. But this story of liberty and justice for all is a story of liberty and justice for a few. And who's left out is the indigenous people. Looking at these stories and hearing them through the lens of our experience, the threats of uranium contamination, the arsenic contaminated water systems of Hopi, the fact that today we have no water resources. A lot of it's upsetting, to see how, people tell their own story, their own version of their story, and kind of just push us out. We're crying out for our people, for our lands, howling for our homelands. As people of the Grand Canyon, our spirit, our heart, our culture is intricately connected with the landscape.
The native tribes in the Southwest consider the Grand Canyon as a very sacred and special place. The areas of the canyon represent our history, our culture, and our existence. It is deep-rooted in our creation stories. It provides life, and it provides a deep meaning to the existence of all the tribes in northern Arizona.
Indigenous people have a great connection to the Mother Earth, to our way of life of prayer, to protect these places of beauty.
So with our music and our dances, it's a celebration and an acknowledgement of our relationship with our environment. And in that idea of stewardship, we're wanting everything to prosper and reach its full potential. And the music that goes along with that is very strong.
Where I come from, we believe in stewardship, being peaceful, respectful, but also living through humility, which is a very strong definition of life. And so coming from the Hopi people, we want to bring that message back.
As an artist, much of my motivation is to reconnect my heart with the landscape, to give expression to that intuitive ancestral wisdom. So we've come out to DC to present Native Voices of the Grand Canyon. This is a project that we've been working on really for years, to bring our voices to this place in this nation's capital.
I need to seed the next generation to be able to hold ground, to be able to be honest and truthful. So I teach my grandchildren, and as they grow older, that they will take that responsibility, that they will understand and fight for our culture, our people, our rights.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
We came here one year and noticed that the Havasupai flag was not here. So we really wanted to make sure that we have it here with you in your office.
Wow.
For history and forever.
It's a beautiful flag.
We wanted the tribe to be represented, and our flag's going to be there for the remaining history. And that is very important to me and to my tribe and to my children. When they come here in the future, they can actually see our flag in the Department of Interior.
Pa spoka pa wiu chaka pa nyu chahim ebo pa mu ma han pa nyu soka kumur wayu be hanke it's a blessing for you that you get your job done.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Okay, just to walk into those offices, to speak to a leader that our energy is flowing through everything that we walked on, seeing, hearing. Those young children, their energy is being pulled into all of this to bring in the healing.
As a tribal leader, I had to learn how to ask for the protection of our lands and our waters and our lifestyle. I had to ask leaders here in Washington, D.C. to support us. And they listened.
So today I'm proud to use my authority under the Antiquities Act to protect almost 1 million acres of public land around Grand Canyon National Park as a new national monument.
13 tribes have come together to work with congresspeople and federal agencies to declare 1 million acres of public land for a national monument. The monument is called Baj Nawavja Itaku Uvini. Baj Nawavja means in Havasupai, where our people roam. Itaku Uvini means in Hopi, where their ancestors' footprints still remain. And that was very powerful.
Been so good hanging out with you guys today. Thank you for rumbling with us on the mountain, yeah. This song is a song dedicated to this great sacred water of the Southwest, the Colorado River. But I want to point out that for many years now, this sacred water has been considered to be our continent's most endangered river. So this song is really a cry for the river, and I'm hoping that you can cry with us for her. Yeah, thanks for rumbling on the mountain!
The Rumble on the Mountain movement began in 2015 as an effort to empower Indigenous voices, Native speakers, Native musicians, traditional dance groups, traditional wisdom, contemporary scholars, activists. Our people telling our stories as opposed to a 7th grade textbook telling people who we stereotypically are. And it's been a long-standing dream of ours to bring it to the nation's capital, Rumble on the Hill. The Havasupai are a very small tribe that have been very outspoken about injustices on their land and done to their people.
Planning some other things maybe down
Some of the threats to the Grand Canyon region includes uranium mining. The Havasupai people live in the base of the Grand Canyon. And a lot of the uranium mines and claims are located on the rims of the Grand Canyon. There could be a very dangerous risk to our waters, either through the flooding or these mines are sitting right on top of the Red Wall Moab Aquifer. And if the mines just continue to operate, they will puncture our aquifers. We can't risk our community.
So I just want to hear about your trip and hopes for the future for this monument.
What we tried to do was kind of define what the monument means, what it is, what it's not. It's an amazing major step forward, right?
Yes.
But I think what people need to recognize, what it doesn't do, it doesn't change the threats of uranium mining to the Supai that they face today. It doesn't address the arsenic contamination in Hopi water or the water situation in general.
We first met, Carlotta and I, was in Flagstaff, and it was over the initial reopening of one of the mines up there.
When we first began this campaign, 2012, there were 11,000 uranium claims.
So once we woke up to that, and we started talking internally how we could do it from an administrative standpoint.
With a lot of lobbying and effort and support from people. Secretary of Interior Ken Zelisar came and he took an administrative step and authority to ban any new uranium mines in the region for 20 years. It also gave the directive to the federal agencies to go and see if the uranium claims were valid or not. It reduced all the 11,000 claims to about 600 claims.
No, the concept is done.
The next move was to try to get a national monument to sit on top of the temporary withdrawal to make it permanent.
It's more difficult to undo something that's done, you know?
Yes. And so that's what the Grand Canyon National Monument, Baj Nawavja Itaku Uvini did, was preserve 1 million acres of public lands for no new uranium mines. All the tribes have to adopt this one.
If there's any need to speak to individual councils about this and going forward, I'm more than willing, Carlotta. We can coordinate and go out like we had offered in the past.
The fight against uranium mining is not over.
When we first started the effort, there were over 11,000 claims.
Wow.
And now we're down around 300 or so, but still 300 is a lot.
So the threat of uranium mining is not over, and it is still there.
Our people stepped onto the pages of colonial history in 1539 when Spanish conquistadors laid claim to our land via the doctrine of discovery. In 1680, under the leadership of Pope, our people overthrew our oppressors. The Spanish returned in 1692 and retook New Mexico, but they never retook Hopi, though they claimed it. That claim was relinquished to Mexico. Then Mexico released that claim to the United States after the Mexican-American War in 1848. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo was drawn up, and that treaty should have ensured our rights to property and to water on our own lands. However, that was very much neglected by the new government of the United States. In 1875, a delegation of Hopi leaders came here to Washington to discuss traditional boundaries of Hopi land. In 1882, President Chester Arthur ignored those conversations, drew a square around us, and by executive order, established Hopi Reservation. The Winters Doctrine guarantees Aboriginal water rights to Indigenous people on their lands. However, that doesn't apply to Hopi because the Little Colorado River lies outside a reservation boundary that federal entities drew around us. The establishment of the Pach Nuavjo Itakukvini monument is like a ray of sunshine for our people. What it does is it acknowledges our ancestral footprints on our homelands, empowers our voices by proposing co-management between federal entities and the tribes. What it doesn't do is address that today we have no water resources. Our brothers and sisters from Havasupai Nation are the only people threatened by the only operating uranium mine in the state of Arizona today. And on Navajo Nation, 500 to 1,000 open pit uranium mines left over from the Cold War. The fact that in Hopi you still have to haul water if you have running water in your home because of the arsenic contamination that exists in the water. Our people live in the oldest continuously inhabited communities in all of North America, and yet governments are the ones that are making their decisions for us. The conditions that we live in and the perpetuation of injustice.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here to do some filter replacements and check on their RO system. Is that okay?
The world's largest strip mining operation was established on the joint use lands of Navajo and Hopi.
Okay, what we're going to do right now is just do a home replacement on
45 billion gallons of water were sucked up from underneath our feet to slurry the coal via pipeline from the Kayenta mine in Arizona all the way out to the Mojave generating station in Nevada. This was to produce electricity for the Imperial Valley of California, cities in Utah and Arizona, and even the excesses of the Las Vegas Strip.
The arsenic issues that we have, we believe, is due to the over pumping of the water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take water samples and measure them with meters. That's no filter, that's directly from the infrastructure water system itself. It's at 233, that's way up there, so there's a lot of dissolvents in there, metals, anything from the arsenic to any kind of heavy metal, so that wouldn't be ideally to drink.
The Kayenta mine shut down just a few years ago. Hopi now no longer has coal resources. Hopi no longer has a 300-year water supply, gone in just overnight. What we're left with is arsenic-riddled water systems.
Arsenic level can affect the nervous system, can cause diabetes, has links to several types of cancer, which we notice some of the youth have been diagnosed with. This windmill behind me is a main source for people that do come to collect water instead of using the water that's from the infrastructure in the villages because of the arsenic levels. We've had the waters tested and it has shown to be drinkable. The last time I've taken the test from this well was about 2 years ago, so a lot can change. Just today we just took another sample and that reading is a little bit high, so I'm gonna have to come back just to make sure there isn't any other contaminants of heavy metals or anything else in the water. We have addressed, I'd say about 150 homes out of 1,500 homes.
This one first?
Yeah, the filtration, and this also picks up arsenic. My goal in this project is to make sure all the homes or the people that are affected by this arsenic issue have clean water, and I want to put all these filter units into the homes and the people that want them.
All right, good now.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings, family and friends. My name is Ed Kabore from the Hopi village of Songopave, the Tewa village of Hapo Owinge, aka Santa Clara Pueblo. I'm of the Badger clan. I'm of the Winter Moiety. We want to present a program to you today called Native Voices of the Grand Canyon.
Music is always a universal prayer. Take a look at the world, see what you can fix, help the community grow, but also keep living and singing and dancing, because that's the most happiest time. Thank you.
At this time, we're very honored to have with us a delegation from Supai. The Supai tribe, a very small tribe in northern Arizona, by the way, kicked out of the Grand Canyon in 1918 so that we could have a national park in 1919. They have led the fight in northern Arizona for social and environmental justice for indigenous people for many decades. We're very grateful for them.
My family used to walk these trails, and a little bit further down is this small valley that has water and cottonwood trees. In Havasupai, call it Hagyo, the place where the water is or where the cottonwood trees are. Oh, look, the canyon is lighting up. And that is where a lot of the Havasupai families used to live and farm for many, many years. My great-great-great-grandfather used to live and farm down there for many years. He was persistent on keeping his own lifestyle until the Grand Canyon National Park came. My family and others were asked to leave here permanently. This is such a beautiful place, and now I'm able to come back and walk these trails and learn about what happened to my great-great-grandfather and his wife, and how he survived here. Yeah, it looks like the springs are drying up, but these are special places too. All the way down to our creation stories and how these springs were made to sustain life here in the canyon. I'm so glad that, you know, other people can come here and visit this area.
We are very happy to be here to share just this small glimpse of our culture. I'm Hopi was put in this particular place we call Tuanasabe. It's the center of the universe for our beliefs. It is a tough lifestyle, very little rain, yet there's a lot of prosperity. There is a lot of beautiful experiences there.
To me, Hopi is a magical place. The culture, the landscape, it's all tied into prophecy, charged to live in harmony with the cycles of the sun, the moon, and the rains. There's nothing like a sunrise in Hopi. The magic of the landscape is mirrored in the magic of the people. To me, both of them have a simultaneous heartbeat. If there is one word I would use to describe the people, it's joy. You know, there's joy here.
Tune into your Hopi Public Radio station, KUYI. We're here to spread the good vibes and keep you entertained and informed day and night.
Those of you that are listening from off the reservation, thank you for tuning in, because we really are so happy that we now finally have a new home. Let us know what else you would like to be listening to, you know, so how do you want us to be involved in the community?
Said I'm a table warrior, bunker Hopi snow, yeah. magic clan, quaddy man, yeah, that's how I roll. Roam in northern Arizona, northern New Mexico, howling with the Yoties for the Colorado Plateau.
Much of the culture is built upon laughter. And the relationships are deep. The families are deep. The roots are deep. Oldest continuously inhabited communities in all of North America. If we could all come together just like water comes together in itself, if we put our hearts and our minds in a good place, if we meditate with good hearts, perhaps there could be a good positive change for the world.
My goal is to have everybody understand and appreciate their own life and their uniqueness and how we can make the world better, not necessarily easier, but to make it better.
We are as strong as the canyon. We are as strong as the environment that we come from. Protecting our lands is also protecting our existence.
My hope is that this will be just the beginning of a new perspective, the beginning of a new paradigm, where liberty and justice for all is not just our national proverb, but it's our national practice.